Let your mind be free and practice that emotional intelligence. That is one of the things that majority of the people struggle with, their emotional intelligence. Okay, you got either overly excited or overly angered by things and just lose yourself. And losing yourself is not the way to go. When you lose yourself, you just are either sorry after the situation, after it escalates, and it just does not end up very well, and all you can say is, hey, I am sorry. But sorry is too late at that point, right? Sorry doesn't fix things. It's another emotion that is like, to me, it's like a regret. um, so and the message here that I am um, that motivated me to record this video was control. In our life, we think that we have control over people, we have control over situations, we have control over things around us, or we have control over our life, right? Yet we tend to completely forget that we need to let our mind be free. And when you let your mind be free, that means you are not putting restrictions on people around you, or having all these high expectations and attachments and these emotions, and everything is just a jumble mumble that um, everything is so like, you gets overwhelming and confusing, especially if you are not designed, or if you're not put together well. When I say put together well, that do you have any developmental voids that come out at a certain age, right? Do you have any are you a person who is emotionally intelligent enough to go through every single situation of your life in a well thoughtful manner, or you just are a fuck up, right? Excuse my language, but um, I love my backyard. I created a garden. This year it was neglected, and it just was neglected. I did have the control to get it built the way I wanted, but after that, to put the energy which it requires to be beautiful and stay beautiful and thriving was on me, right? So if I am not designed to give that consistency to the garden, um, then it's not going to be a beautiful garden. It's just going to grow a bunch of weeds. It's just going to grow a whole bunch of nonchalant BS plants that are not pretty, or they're not giving life to that vegetation like the garden, which you really want, right? So if I was put together well, if I was designed well, um, I would have one of the skill sets of consistency and no fears, right? Yeah, it's okay to have fears. Who doesn't have fears? But I have fears of darn snakes. So this year I saw a whole bunch of snakes um, in my garden. Not once, not twice, but like a couple different times. One time it was like literally, I was pulling out weeds and it was this close to my finger, and it was like this long of a snake curled up, maybe inch and a half thick, and that freaked me out so much that my fear took over me, and I found myself being in bed for like next 8 hours straight, thinking about, darn, that snake could have bit, could have gotten my finger or something. And after that day, the entire summer passed. I didn't even go inside my garden to take care of it. Now it looks like a total crap. It looks wild as hell. It is growing all these nonsense trees and whatnot. you're cooked in a right way. You should have these things like you're emotionally intelligent. You know how to go through each situation in a well rehearsed way, right? Or however you want to put it. Um, uh, I wish I could say that I was, but I really maybe wasn't, right? So last several years of my life, I've just been growing and learning things the hard way, and I'm not I'm not complaining about it. As I'm getting out of the situations, I'm thankful that I went through these situations to get to where I am. Um, However, the pain was a big part, right? Pain is something that um, couldn't be ignored. No matter how much you say or read or watch people go through detachment, you must breathe and you detach yourself. It takes a long time. You sometimes cannot. You are not able to detach yourself from uh, um, from people, from things, from situations. Yes, you can if you really, really work hard. Sometimes you really don't want to, right? Because you feel like you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose that memory in your mind. You want to keep it because you love it so much. But anyway, um, going back to the control, uh, we think that we have control over things, situation, people in our life, but we really don't, right? We do have control over ourselves, our mind, and using that control instead of trying to fix others, trying to control others, to run like a robot the way we want them to, with the click of button, we can make ourselves do that, right? We can use the same tactics, same technique, and put ourselves together the way we should in a healthy way to function in a healthy life. um, Function in a healthy way where we are going through each situation, each scenario, each situation that life presents in a way that you're like, oh wow, you know, I aced it. And I don't know how people go through these types of things and situations. Do they ace all of their situations, all of their problems, or do they just wing through it, or do they just think about it and they're like, oh shit, I messed up here, I messed up there. They evaluate and then they fix it later down the road, or do they stay the same throughout? I know I'm not the kind of a person who would be content with being same throughout. I'm always striving to be better than the day before, and I want more. I want to achieve more. I want to be better. And to do that, my biggest thing is to make my mind healthy and strong, to be able to get to the level where I'm emotionally intelligent. I am not um, held down by one emotion or the other. Like, for instance, sadness is an emotion that is found in every individual, right? If it's not taken care of, it can take over your entire system and deteriorate you, and shrink the amount of years that you are living. Instead of living 80 years, you might end up just living 45 years or 60 years or 50 years, right? And then you can also have the deterioration can also include certain diseases, right? And that is not the place I want to be in life. I want to live a healthy life. There's so much to see, there's so much to do, there's so much to share, and I want to be living a fulfilled life, a healthy life. And that healthy, my mind needs to be healthy, right? I don't want to be taken over by just one emotion, which is sadness or depression or whatever. That is a very common emotion, that is found in a lot of people around you. If you look in your community, your circle, your friends, your family, you will find majority of people have that, right? So to educate ourselves and educate people around us, I think is the very basic karma we can build, right? And and if you can do that, that is the greatest thing. I guess a charity. That's a form of charity. I would, at least I consider it. Spreading a word of wisdom, of spreading what you are good at, and teaching what you're good at to other people. That is charity. And if you are able to get to that level and give that charity and build a karma, you are increasing your vibrations, you are elevating your vibrations to become um, very enlightened and heighten, get to that height of vibrational frequency where you're just feeling content no matter what. You're not feeling sad, you're not feeling depressed, you're not letting all of these dark toxic um, things, emotions, people around you take over your soul, take over your body. So the message, I probably derailed from what I was going to say, but the message is to stay focused. Instead of trying to control people, situations, and things around you, control your mind and make your mind into a healthy mind that you can possibly make, so that you can live a healthy life. I don't know why, but I was sitting here watching the sunset and looking at my garden, and I decided to, that was a thought that came to me, and I decided to record this video. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody know how to not be scared of snakes? Because I don't know. I can't even look at a video of a snake, and I'm trying to make myself figure out how to not be scared of snake, especially if I love gardening so much. Thanks for listening. Peace.